Are you tired of the endless stream of fantasy marketing and vanity metrics? Yeah, so am I. My name is James Patrick, and I'm an internationally published photographer, media specialist, and marketing strategist. As a creative entrepreneur, I face the same exact frustrations you have, being bombarded by generic advice that promises success but never lives up to the hype. We need to move beyond the posturing, beyond the facade, beyond the image to navigate the unique challenges we face as creatives. Together, we're going to dive into real stories, real strategies, and the real work that can lead to the real results. This is the Beyond the Image podcast. What is going on? And thank you so much for tuning in to our latest episode, the bazillionth episode of the Beyond the Image podcast. I'm Ryan, that you could take some time to get some information and a little inspiration to help you in your creative entrepreneurial journey. Don't get mad at me for this topic. Please don't get mad at me for this topic. I want to talk about how you, not you specifically, I'm assuming you listening are a photographer, but how should people contacting you, the photographer, ask you to work for free? I'm sorry. The reason I wanted to talk about this, I got this message yesterday, and it said, I hope this message finds you well. My name is, insert name, and I'm a model and artist based in Phoenix, Arizona. I'm looking to build my portfolio and love to collaborate on a photo shoot with you. Your work is incredibly inspiring, and I believe we could create something truly special together. Please let me know if you're interested and available. I'm open to discussing ideas and scheduling at your earliest convenience for a TFP. Blah, 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 blah. The message didn't say blah, 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 blah. That's me. That's me. I said blah, 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 blah. Thank you for your time. I look forward to hearing back from you. Okay. So it's what I found offensive about this request was not that he asked me to work for free. It's based on the language of his message. He expects me to work for free. He gave some indicators like, collaborate. That's a pretty clear flag. But this statement right here, I'm open to discussing and scheduling at your earliest convenience for a TFP. The expectation is I work for free. There is no expectation that I could charge or that I should charge or that a photographer deserves to be paid for their work. His impression is this is a trade. What the photographer gets from the trade, I'm not clear. I guess working with him is joyful enough. So I responded with my rates, and surprise, surprise, he ghosted. Nonetheless, this got me thinking. I have worked for free as a photographer. There are times I still work for free, and I choose to work for free as a photographer. So I've already talked about when I choose to work for free, but I started to think, how am I asked? How am I approached? What are the proposals or the offers that are put in front of me, asking me to work for free or work in kind? What do they do that gets me to say yes? And I think there's a few different things. The first is that there is a mutual benefit, and that mutual benefit is very clear. Now, perhaps it's something I'm missing in my portfolio. They're bringing me an opportunity to shoot something that I've not shot, but I really want to shoot. Or they're providing something that would be hard to obtain for the photo. Like maybe it's, hey, I have access to this location that would be amazing to shoot at, that would be hard for me to shoot at otherwise, or that would be cost prohibitive for me to shoot at otherwise. Or maybe it's a certain prop or a certain environment that we get to be a part of. Maybe it's a specific campaign that we can collaborate on together that both of us would really enjoy working on. All right. Maybe it's something that we get to experiment on that is completely new and novel for us as artists or as creatives. But what they're doing in the initial message is they're not just saying, hey, your work's inspiring, let's collaborate. That's open-ended. That's you just saying, hey, your work is good enough for me to reach out to you. Can you shoot me for free? But if you were to come with an idea, here's what I want to do. If that is resonating with me, if it's clear how both parties in the photo shoot would benefit. Hey, I have a lead with this client. I think we can campaign these images together. Make the benefit mutually beneficial. Make the benefit mutual. I tell you that my first job, my first career was as a journalist. Words should be good. Words should be good for me. I'm good at words. Anyway, the point is, you're not just asking for free photos for the sake of getting free photos. You're making the benefit clear. Number two, there's actually a trade. Now, his expression was TFP. The phrase TFP drives me crazy, not because I don't think people deserve to ask for free things. I mean, this whole episode is about how to ask for free photos. The reason I don't like the phrase TFP is it is egregiously misleading. It stands for trade for photos, but what is being traded? The subject gets the photos, but what does the photographer get? If your answer is the photographer also gets the photos, you're lying. Because even when a photographer's paid, they get the photos. They own the photos. By copyright law, the second I click the shutter on my camera, I own the rights to that image. That is my image. When people pay me, hire me, and pay me to do a photo shoot for them, they are hiring me for my services, and they're also renting the rights to the images that I create. So saying that we're just trading just for the sake of trading, you get photos, I get photos, that's not a trade because I get the photos either way. What is being traded? So I've had publishers reach out to me and they'll trade out ad space. Okay. I've had service providers reach out to me and that says, I can help with graphic design in exchange for you doing my headshot. I can help out with web design in exchange for you doing my headshot. I'm handy at interior design. I can help design some stuff for your studio in exchange for some photos. What are you bringing to the table that is actually a trade? Stop assuming that just having photos is enough of a trade, because it's not. I keep the photos anyway. Not I, any photographer. Number three, the cause is clear. I've been approached for work to collaborate with causes that I also believed in. It's given me the opportunity to create work with movements that aligned with my values, with nonprofit organizations that I believed and supported, with political movements that I wanted to work in concert with. I agreed with their direction, with what they were trying to do, and I was willing to donate my services in kind to support their movement or to support the work that they were doing. Number four, and this is the last one, is there was a clear ROI, a clear return on investment. Now, I've done a few projects, even just recently, just to get me access or to get me into the room or to get me in front of other individuals or other decision makers who I could campaign work with. Like I shot an event not long ago. I don't really shoot events. I don't enjoy shooting events, but I shot an event to get into the same room with 100 marketing leads that I wanted to connect with, that I wanted to network with, that I wanted to show, here's what I can do for you. And I could campaign work with. And when I find opportunities like this is a tremendous opportunity for me to meet with a variety of leads to campaign future work together. This is why, I've been doing professional speaking, 15 years or so? And I can only think of 2 times I ever took a paycheck to speak. Outside of them just covering travel and accommodation, I can only think of 2 times where I actually took a paycheck to get on stage. That means all the other times I spoke for free. Why did I speak for free? I was generating leads. I was able to close sales. And I use sometimes my work as a photographer in that same effort. Yeah, I will do this in exchange for getting in front of X number of people to show what I can do so I can campaign work for them. And I've been able to turn that into lots of business over 20 plus years of my career. Now, in each of these scenarios, the person requesting me to work for free acknowledged that this is what I do professionally. They acknowledge, I understand this is your job. But here's a proposal, and here's my hope on why you would choose to offer your services either low cost or no cost. Now, this does not mean I have to say yes. Maybe I'm too busy. Maybe I just don't like the idea. Maybe I don't see the return on investment. Maybe I don't see it as an opportunity. Maybe I don't agree with the cause. But when you approach it this way, you're approaching it professionally and you're approaching it with respect to a professional, respect to a professional artist. This is how you can ask for free photos. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of the Beyond the Image podcast. If there are topics you'd like me to cover, please stay in touch at jpatrickphoto on Instagram. James@jamespatrick.com is the email address. Jamespatrick.com is the website. Appreciate your 5-star reviews. Appreciate you subscribing on YouTube, for telling a friend about this show. And we'll talk to you all in the next episode. Take care, everyone.